It's one of the few things over a year that hasn't changed. Is our start date is still 2014. So that date has survived another year, and we are on track, as we expected we would be to this point, for 2014. The good news is all of this time has also been an asset. I think we're going to have a better end product because of the time that we've had to get it right. Well, we're going to get it more right, you know? I mean, I don't think there's been a stadium in the history of time built that once built, somebody didn't say, I wish we had done this or wish we had done that. I just hope the wish we had done that will be minimal and not a significant issue, you know? We feel once we're in the ground, then it's full court press. Now we have something to promote, and fans can really, start applying, thinking towards and creativity towards a name of a team that's actually going to play. We're certainly going to get a lot of fan engagement, and it may be an outright name to team contest. But then we would work with an agency to brand, like take that brand and make a jersey, a logo, an image. I can tell you that it's virtually for certain we'll retain the colors, the red, black, and white, as will, I'm sure, our soccer team. Those are Ottawa colors. They can't take our colors away, and I think it still gives you that kind of a link to the past. We may hire a scout next year.
So in 2012?
Yeah.
So somebody that would be in place for the season?
Yeah, that would go and scout American college redshirt Canadians. I don't know a lot about how that, my understanding is the redshirt Canadians are kids a year before their draft that are from Canada that are playing U.S. schools, right? There's a lot of interest in the job in Ottawa. It's a general manager's dream to come in. Let me put it this way, especially with the expansion draft that we have. It's a general manager's dream to come in. He's not inheriting anybody's shitty draft picks or bad trades or bad signings or bad free agents. Or he gets to build it completely from scratch, the exact kind of team he wants. Coaching is important in every sport, but no sport is it more important than football, in my mind. And therefore, we have a salary cap with players, so everybody's working with the same budget. But not everybody works with the same budget when it comes to general manager and coaching. And I think we're going to be a very aggressive team in that regard, and we're not gonna not get our guy because of money. Every meaningful project goes through this kind of thing. There's always a lunatic fringe that will try to stop everything. And the Senators went through it with Scotiabank, and thankfully these people never get their way. And that's why we have great cities all over the world. They don't represent the citizens. They represent their own personal interests and a very small group of people. And the population has spoken overwhelmingly twice with both votes of council. Yes, councillors voted for it because they felt it was a good thing to do, but they also voted for it because they knew the majority of their constituents were in favor of it. I always said like to say to them, you're friends of Lansdowne. Which Lansdowne are you friends of? The one that exists today, or the one that we're proposing? Or is there another version that we don't know about? Because I don't hear their alternative. The football stadium is a pile of rubble, so it's about as as bad as looks like a war zone now. And of course, but it's progress. At least you got to tear it down before we can rebuild it. So I kind of find it more exciting than depressing, just because I think we're getting there, and I think this is going to happen. I believe this is going to happen, and I think it'll be, I think it'll be a destination in Ottawa. I think it'll be the it place for sports and entertainment, and to be a part of that is very exciting. That is not a right we have, no, because when we got in our expansion franchise from the CFL, the only way that Saskatchewan would vote in favor is that they retained the right to veto our use of the name. Now, we thought in the fullness of time that we would prevail on Saskatchewan to allow, basically, the way I put it, allow a community to have its own history. I mean, Rough Riders even predates football. It's part of Ottawa's heritage, and we thought that we would convince them that holding us from preventing us from using our own name, a name that we originated, to they would not. We thought they could be convinced. Well, we thought wrong. I even at one point said to them, "You can't stop me from calling it the Riders. You just said Rough Riders," and they actually feel like their team is really it's Rider Pride, Riderville, So they were actually more distraught at the idea that we would call it Riders. Wow. So I haven't ruled out Red Riders, Black Riders. I don't know how far they think they can take it. Anything that starts with an R. I mean, I think it's going to be one of those things that we haven't talked it up much, but I think it's going to create a little more of a rivalry with Saskatchewan when we're in the league, because I'll be promoting the hatred.